Good morning. It's Tuesday Truths with Michelle, your agility coach. Today on Tuesday Truths, we're going to talk about life as a journey and not the destination. I was there and now I'm here, appreciating the now with my age that I've grown with, greater wisdom and self-confidence. All my adult life, I've been a preventive health professional. And my scientific research, evidence based training, and education has given me a great deal of knowledge about how magnificent our bodies are. And, and it's all based on a cellular level. Now, you may be starting to hear something called microbiome, a little bit more about that. And in simple terms, it's just the trillions of microorganisms and their genetic material that live in our intestinal tract, the gut, the second brain, which actually was formed before our human brain when we were being formed in our mommy's tummy. And the whole role of the gut is for health and disease and in the involvement of metabolism, nutrition, physiology, immune function, and it's so critical to our health and well-being. I've found that my passion of educating uh, as a life and health coach has gotten deeper since I was a dental hygienist, but and it's given me, let me empower others to live life a little bit deeper. So I decided myself to dive deeper into longevity. Longevity. And that's the duration of an individual's life. However, it's not about how long someone lives, it's about how well you are living your life as you age. Now, according to the CDC, and it was published by Harvard Health, Public Health, is that U.S. life expectancy, has declined to 76.4 years. And this is the shortest it's been in over 2 decades. That's a big deal. We're going in the wrong direction. And it's shocking to me because really that only I'm 71 and that only gives me 5 years to create my legacy, to leave the world a better place than I found it. That's not much time. Our youth are dying younger and younger. Now it can be from drugs and and the crazy things that are happening, but also in the last week I've heard of 40 something and younger people in my area that have died for really no good reason. It's getting crazy. One of the problems is our healthcare system. It's geared to, chronic disease and rescue, but with the expense of not investing and supporting, enabling health promotions and just disease prevention. 1 ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Benjamin Franklin, 1733. He probably was talking about the government, but this goes for just about anything. So, what do we do to prevent disease in 2023? Well, let me go back to the human gut microbiome. Now, nothing's changed in our genetic makeup and our microbiome since our ancestors were alive. But however, our lifestyle has changed dramatically. It's, they say what you eat is, it's who you are is what you eat. And this Western diet of ours is killing our life expectancy from all the toxic food. Now, I've discussed before how our ancestors were hunters and gatherers, and they got their food from the ground and the nutrients that came up from the ground. And actually meat was like a delicacy because it was harder to hunt. So if you had a little bit of meat on your plate, it was a celebration in itself. And even today we do have proper amounts of meat that meat protein that we should have in our diet, and it's only the size of a palm. And our ancestors also moved all day. They were, hunting and gathering and farming and building things and, working in the yards and gardens and around the house. It's so opposite of what we are today as a sedentary population and sitting at a desk and on a computer. There were no TVs, computers, social media that kept them up late at night, working on these our our or whatever these things are called, where where the blue light affects our circadian rhythm and our sleep patterns. So, and it all goes back to how we lived in the past. The other thing is, after it got dark, people went to sleep. This is where the interim fasting comes from. This is not new. This is something our ancestors did. It was dark, you went to bed. I like to call it intermittent eating myself because after you've slept and you've gotten your rest and renewed your body and all your systems in your body, you would wake up and break the fast. That's where breakfast got its name. So, it all goes back to our three main pillars of health that I discuss with agility: nutrition, movement, and sleep. It's basic. This is how our bodies were built. So it's our lifestyle that has changed over the years, unfortunately. And back in February 28th, I talked about the blue zone um, communities. And if you go back to my website at michellerace.com and look at my blogs from February 28th, you'll get the research about how the blue zone communities was were found, and it was through the Journal of Experimental Gerontology. And but all these blue zones had something in common with agility: purpose, movement, healthy eating, family, and social connection. Simple. Now, I really wish there was a magic pill, a magic diet, a magic guru, that had all the answers, but there's not. And I've looked into a lot of these things. It's just an experiment with myself. And I believe, we have all the answers right here in our body. It's in our DNA, it's in our genetics. We're ignoring it, but it is right there. So, what you want to do is, be open to habit change and be able to change your habits to create a better lifestyle. Now, eating a variety of foods, not omitting any other food group, so that you can get all the nutrients we need to feed and fuel our body. And this is so critical to health and disease prevention. Now, foods can cause inflammation, and there's anti inflammatory foods. And I have a guide that I'm going to post later about just the simple guides to what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, according to what causes inflammation. And this is published by the Department of Public Health through Harvard. One of the most important tools to combat inflammation isn't found at the pharmacy, it's found at the grocery store. So, as simple as that. Unhealthy foods contribute to weight gain, and this is also a risk factor for inflammation. So, until next week, I want you to enjoy your journey. The celebration of food, when our whole life is around food. So, it's okay to celebrate food. But just remember that eating with variety, more plant-based, enjoy your meat, palmful, is the way our bodies are meant to keep healthy for our well-being, to prevent disease. So until next week, I want you to trust your truth and enjoy the journey and stay tuned for my little handout. Appreciate you watching, and I'm your most every Tuesday on our live feed through StreamYard. So thanks for watching. Have a good day now. Bye bye.